Folklore Thursday. The folklore of the sea. Sailors and fishermen have traditionally been associated with many myths, magical aspects, and folklore related to the sea. Here are just a few of them. Seamen believe that it is dangerous to sleep under the light of the moon, and some say that doing so will drive you mad. If you see 3 seagulls flying overnight, they warn of a death. There are many ways for sailors to summon the wind, including whistling, the tying of special knots, whipping the ship's buoy, cutting a pig's throat, and buying the wind with coins. In some coastal regions, it's believed that the souls of drowned sailors and fishermen may become seagulls, and therefore these birds should never be killed. It was considered unlucky for a seaman to see a woman, clergyman, hare, or a person who was squinting on his way to board a ship. However, meeting a hunchback on the way to board a ship was very lucky indeed. A shark following a ship is said to be unlucky. This could be because sharks were thought to be able to smell when a sickness was on board and were waiting for the deaths. Setting sail on a Friday was to be avoided if at all possible, and beginning a voyage on Friday the 13th was completely out of the question. A fisherman's wife must never wash his clothes on sailing day, or she would also wash him overboard. Seamen were careful not to put certain items upside down, such as bowls, glasses, or hatch covers, as this would cause a boat somewhere to capsize. On shore or at sea, the ringing sound made by a glass accidentally knocked must be stopped immediately, or another sailor would be washed overboard. Sailors believe that whistling aboard the ship is the same as challenging the winds themselves and could summon a storm. The belief was that whistling could anger the gods of the sea. The many British pubs named the Pig and Whistle reflect this superstition. Cats are very welcome on board a ship, but women aren't. On the other hand, pregnant women are not considered to be unlucky, probably because their condition renders them less of a temptation. Seafarers were traditionally covered in many tattoos, and these have a folklore all of their own. They are normally in the form of crosses, hearts, flowers, and so on, and act as good luck charms which will ward off evil. Sailors would tattoo images of pigs and chickens onto their feet to help ward off drowning. This was because these animals were often the only survivors of shipwrecks due to their wooden crates floating. Sailors believe that when they die, they go to Fiddler's Green. Rather than being a utopia in the sky or above the clouds, this is instead said to be a green meadow, lush with every single kind of the most beautiful flora one can lay their eyes on. The fiddlers part of the name comes from the main feature of the paradise: fiddlers who play eternally and dancers who never tire.